Good morning, Budget Backlash here. I know there's many videos on how to make, jugs for like catfishing and stuff out there, but I put my own little twist on it. I made some that are adjustable, so you can fish a foot deep, 2 foot deep, or 20 foot deep. I'll show you how I did it. I know, like I said, there's a lot out there, but this is how I did it. So, what I have right here is a piece of PVC and two floats on one float on each side, and then right here I have a um, 3-inch cleat. It's a kayak cleat I bought off of Amazon. I think they were like 4 in pack, but it's 3 inches long. And what I did, I got some stainless steel screws and screwed it down on there. And in the end, I put an eye bolt and of course the weight and a 6/0 hook. But so what you do is, I have a bunch of string wrapped around this cleat, and then I have the string run underneath this float, so it's tight. So I'll just pull out some slack, and then I'll unwind it to however deep I want to fish. And then once I have the desired depth, I just pull this down and see it's further. I'm not going to pull it all the way, but see it holds it pretty good. And I know, being a little heavy up here, it's going to want to flip and fish like this, but that's okay. That's why I got the little nylon cleats and the stainless steel screws. I know it's going to, but whatever, it's the desired depth, that I want. So it's all good. And I will show y'all how I made these, the dimensions that I cut everything to. And so, yeah, let's get started. I went ahead and pre-cut these and whatnot. So, all right. So this PVC pipe is 20 inches long. I put a little cap on one end, and the inner diameter of this, I believe, is a little bit bigger than a 1/2 inch, but it was loose in here. So what I did is I just took some electrical tape, wrapped it around several times, got it thick enough, and now it's on there. So I'm gonna do that with the other one, and I don't know. Oh, here it is. Both of these, I cut the noodles. So this one is 8 inches long, 7 or 8, I believe, and the cuts aren't perfect because I'm blind. I'm legally blind, and so I was just winging it. And this one is about an inch shorter. I mean, just go to your preference. The way when I put it on, I put the end cap on, and I'll leave about 4 or 5 inches in between for when I mount up one of these. Uh, I have a little bit of room in between them, so that way I can wrap my string and whatnot. But yeah, so I believe I could have gone with maybe 3/4 of an inch PVC. I mean, these are kind of loose, but that's okay. Like I said, I'll hit it with some electrical tape. All right, the string I'm using is uh, Team Catfish. It's number 12. I believe I bought it on Amazon. No, I'm sorry, I bought it at Academy. I believe it was a long time ago. It's the size number 12. It's fairly thin. It is not tar coated, but it is braided, and so that's what I have, the little click lighter here just to singe the ends, and it's perfect. But I believe it's like 100-pound test or something. I use this on our bank poles, and I've had big old hooks straightened out, but the string never broke. So this stuff's pretty tough. And this is the only one they had was in this green color, so that's the one I got. All right, so first thing you're gonna cut your PVC. I went 20 inches. You know, I bought the four. I'm experimenting right now, so I bought 3 of the 24-inch sections. You know, instead of buying one of them big long ones. And I cut it down to 20 inches, and then I went ahead and glued on one of these caps. You're gonna need your PVC cement. Um, and then I wrapped electrical tape, and it fit, and I put a little dab of glue, and now it's on there sturdy. So then what I do is, I'm blind, so it takes me a little bit. I have a drill with a little drill bit just to get a pilot hole started, you know. I'm gonna set this on to the desired position. Drill one little hole. Start screwing it down. I'm not going to screw it all the way, just to where it moves a little bit. That way, you know, when I get the other one, I get it lined up, I'm going to drill a little pilot hole for it. All right, so that's good right there. Could have been a little more organized, but that's okay. Like I said, this is I'll leave a link in the description for these little cleats that I got. These are 1.5-inch stainless steel machine screws. I wanted stainless steel, you know, obvious reasons. And go ahead and tighten these down. There you go. I will be taking these off for a little bit because it's about 95 degrees down here. But all right, so once you got cap glued on, the float on, and you got your little thing screwed down, your little cleat screwed down, you can go ahead and get your other float ready. And I do not have, or I cannot find my electrical tape, so I'm gonna have to improvise with some good old duct tape. And you know what they say, if you can't duck it, F-word it. Doesn't have to be pretty. All right. But before we put the other float on, I'm going to get my string. Here it is. And I'm going to unroll a lot, depending on the depth, you know. But I just want to have a lot in reserve. Singe that. Yeah. All right. Now I'm just gonna tie this on, maybe, and I'm just using your regular overhand knots. You know, they don't have to be nothing fancy. Just enough. I'm gonna do a couple of them. 3 of them. How about that? Just so it's on extra good. Perfect. I'll go ahead and wrap that around. You need that much string, but it's better to have too much than not enough, you know. Or it just seems like a lot because I'm wrapping around this little 3-inch cleat. I'm making them a variable depth because I fish um, in a little bayou where it ranges from 1 foot to if you go out in the middle of the channel, it can get about 20 foot or so. So it gets fairly deep. So I just want to have a little variety, you know. All right. Now that that is on there, you take your other piece of foam, your pool noodle, run the line down through it. Maybe. This isn't the easiest thing to do when you can't see it. Come on now. All this by feel. Now pull that through. And what you're going to want to do, keep it. I'm going to throw a little dab of glue on here, on the tape just at the bottom. Kind of hold it there, you know, because I don't want to glue the string down. There you go. Just like, perfect, just like that. So now you want to get your string out of the way, take your glue a little cap on it. You want to take your glue, do it around it, just like, you know, you're doing PVC, and put your little cap on it. Voila, you're almost done. All right, now I'm going to drill a little hole into the end cap, and I'm going to put a little eyebolt in it so the string has something to go through. I'm going to dab a little bit of super glue on the eyebolt threads, just so, you know, I can hold it in place. You can also use the ones with the nuts that you put in there. I recommend those. I thought that's what these were, but obviously they weren't. So I have to make do with what I got. We'll get a clip on it. Drying. Ah! All right. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the hooks and weights. So what I do, I got a little swivel, a clip, and you can get these in Walmart. I think they come in like a bag of 25 or something. There's tri-line clips. So, you know, you do it like that. It's got that little hook on it. You hook the line, and then you put it on. It's kind of like a quick connect. But anyway, I pop the little hook out real quick. Here's some little barrel swivels. They're decent size. I'm not exactly sure what size they are. I had bought them a while back to put on. But this is the exact same setup I do for my pole lines, bank lines. But anyway, so I pull out this little hook and I thread that on there and I just pop it down into the bottom, and then I put the little hook back. And see, there it goes. Now you have a little swivel. And so I'm going to take me some line, about a foot and a half. Or I'm going to do it a little long, that way I can tie it, you know. I'm going to singe the ends of it. Take my little swivel. Run it through there. And like I said, I'm just going to tie some overhand knots. 3 of them, because why not? I mean, they work, you know. You don't need to get all fancy with them, you know. There you go. Now, I'll throw a weight on there if I can find my weights. All right. So I got that on there. I'm going to tie a little knot, probably about midway down, because I don't want the weight to go all the way down to the hook. Perfect. Now I have a 6/0 hook right here. It's a circle hook. All this was bought at Walmart. So I want the hook probably about right here. I'm gonna let that slide down. Do a snail knot or any kind of little knot to hold them on. There you go. Well, that's a little longer, but that's okay. I'm gonna trim off this tag end. Now I'm gonna burn it. There you go. All right, that one is fini. So I'm sweating buckets out here. So this should be decently dry. Oh yeah. All right, so now we got our line. I'm gonna let that dry some more. Oh, it's sticking to my hands. I was really hot the other day working outside making that one. So I moved everything on the inside and I ended up spilling the entire bottle of PVC cement. So I had that dark blue cement all over the counter. I had to take a Brillo pad and put some muscle behind it to get it to come off all the way, because you know the edges started getting hard, and then of course after I wiped it, it left the blue streaks. Those were getting hard. So yeah, that was a fun time. I went through a lot of paper towels. Okay, got that on. Now I'm gonna put on my weight. These are 3/4 ounce bullet weights I had got from Walmart. That's what I had lying around. So that's those stainless steel. Those I don't know. I really like them though. I mean, you could go ½ ounce, 1 ounce. You can heavier or smaller. You know, it's your preference. I had these lying around, so I went ahead and used them. All right, got that on. Go down. I'm gonna tie a little knot right here. Keep that weight from going all the way down to the hook. Perfect. All right. Lastly, I have this 6/0 hook, and again, these were all bought at Walmart, so you can use 6 J hooks, circle hooks, whatever you would like. All right. See if this is, yeah. All right. Run this through this eye so that it kind of keeps it straight. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to double it over and then tie a knot. Maybe. All right. That way I can got my little knot, my little loop tied in at the end. That way, when I'm ready, I can just open that up. Bam. Ready to fish. And whenever you want to store it, take the little clip off. I'm gonna get one of them styrofoam buckets, and you put the weight and the clip down in the bucket, and you drive this into the styrofoam. And when you're ready to use it, you just pull it out, bait it, and clip it on. And it makes it good when you catch a fish. You pull in the boat, you can unclip it, and you have one baited already. Just clip it on and throw it back out. So these are the jugs. All right, well that's it. I will let y'all know how these work. We usually like to go jugging when it's a little bit cooler outside, but I will definitely let y'all know how they work. And like I said, this is just a test run. I may go out in the water and just throw them in there, see how they do, and then make a bunch more. We'll see. Till next time, y'all have a good one.